Slew, in the floating islands of Liora, where calm skylands drift high above the clouds. A new day was supposed to begin. But this morning, something was wrong. The sunrise, usually a masterpiece of pastel colors, was a vast, empty canvas. Liora, a gentle girl known as the Cloud Walker, stood on the edge of Mystery Isle. Her soft, sky-blue hair swayed in a colorless breeze, and her light, amber eyes reflected the blankness above. She adjusted her white-silver travel cloak, which shimmered like thin mist, and looked down at her small, glowing crystal compass. It was supposed to point toward magic, but its light was dim. Beside her Rill, a tiny breeze spirit, zipped back and forth in a panic. Rill was a small, pastel blue sprite with swirling wings made of air, and normally, its body would glow softly. But now, it was flickering with worry. The colors nearer. The colors are gone. It chirped, its voice like a tiny bell. The cloud painters. They've lost their brushes. Liora placed a calming hand near the anxious spirit. The cloud painters were soft, ancient cloud beings who used glowing paintbrushes to paint the dawn and dusk across the sky. Without their brushes, the sky would remain plain and gray. Just then, a flash of golden light caught their attention. Aura, a beautiful white bird with glowing feathers, landed gracefully on a nearby floating bridge. Its wings emitted a warm golden light that pulsed gently, a sign that magic was near, but faint. Aura chirped a soft melody, turning its head toward a path veiled in rainbow fog. Liora understood. The brushes must be that way, she said, her voice full of quiet determination. Come on, Rill. Aura will guide us. Thording, holding her glowing compass, with Rill darting ahead and Aura flying just above. Liora stepped onto the floating bridge, venturing into the silent, colorless morning. The floating islands of Liora are a wonder, each with its own color palette, nature spirit, and soft glowing plants. But as they traveled, the islands they passed seemed muted, their glowing flora dimmed in the absence of the sunrise. They crossed bridges made of solidified light and walked past waterfalls of pure morning dew, all under a stark white sky. Rill's soft glow flickered more intensely with every gust of wind, a sign of its growing unease. What if we can't find them? Rill whispered, hovering close to Liora's shoulder. Or, what if the sun never has colors again? Liora just smiled gently. We will find them. Aura's light is getting stronger. It was true. The golden glow from Aura's feathers was becoming brighter, bathing the path ahead in a warm, hopeful light. The bird led them to a hidden cove on an unnamed island, a place where the clouds were thicker and swirled like dense cream. Tucked away, behind a curtain of weeping willows with leaves made of light, they found them. Dozens of glowing paintbrushes, their bristles still shimmering with pastel light, were scattered on the ground. They had been gathered neatly in a small circle, as if someone had put them there for safekeeping. In the center of the circle was a single, tiny, sparkling seed. As Liora reached for the seed, it pulsed with a gentle, warm light, and the brushes around it glowed in response. Suddenly, the sky above them began to change. Faint streaks of rose, lavender, and gold started to bleed into the white canvas, spreading slowly from the point directly above the cove. Rill gasped, its tiny body now glowing brightly with excitement. Look! The colors are returning! The cloud painters, drawn by the return of their magic, began to appear from the thick clouds. They were large, soft beings, and they looked down with gentle, appreciative eyes. One of them drifted down and nudged the seed with its misty form, causing a burst of vibrant color to paint the sky. Liora realized what had happened. This wasn't a theft. It was a gift. The brushes had been gathered to help this magical seed bloom, and its blooming was now painting a new, even more beautiful sunrise. The cloud painters gently took their brushes, their forms glowing with gratitude, and began to join the seed's magic. adding their own expert strokes to the masterpiece unfolding above. The floating islands of Liora, usually calm and bright, were now bathed in the most spectacular dawn anyone had ever seen. The sky was alive with swirls of new, unimaginable colors. Nira, Ril, and Aura stood together, watching the world light up. Their small adventure having helped create a new beginning. Thank you for watching our story unfold. If you enjoyed this journey,